it's another Sunday live event where I have changed the format a little bit. Today, instead of the free tarot, I'm going to be doing the free channeled advice, meaning if you want me to pull tarot, I will be asking for a donation. But if you just want to ask advice, I'll channel questions. Channeling means when you get downloads or thoughts, basically advice, right? From the Oracle. And I will be taking, if anybody is interested in setting up a private consultation with me, you can let me know in the comments as well. I do that via video conferencing because as you all know, I always say on this channel that the best way to utilize the tarot is for self-development. That's my cat. My cat really wants to come in here. Yes, the best way to use tarot is for yourself, for deep introspection, and for self-development. Utilizing tarot for fortune telling and to find out about someone else it can be done, but it is, how do I say, it's better utilized for your highest good, to get guidance and for your highest good. So anyways, that's what I'm here for today. I'm gonna wait and see if anybody is interested in the free advice or the free consultation. Yeah, and the way that it works, the way that it will work, if anybody's interested in the private consultation, is it would be an email exchange. And then I'm only taking Venmo and PayPal right now as far as electronic payments go. And that can be done, all of that will be done via email. And it would be 10 minutes free to discuss what it is that you're looking to get out of your spiritual coaching. And then basically $1 a minute for the tarot, $30 for 30 minutes for video conferencing. The best way, in my experience, to do tarot is in person. But since I don't have the capability to do that with you guys, video conferencing is the next best way. Hello, everybody. I'm just doing my little spiel here. Yes. So anyways, I've done video conferencing for my clients in person that I've met in person, but I've never done any video conferencing for anybody on YouTube. So anybody who is interested in the private reading, wants to do a video consultation with me, let me know. Yeah, because it's the best way. It's really the best way. Sitting one-on-one where I can see you and where I can talk to you is the best way to get a channeled message or to get guidance and to utilize the tarot or anything like that. It's way better when you can see each other and when you can exchange. Most of the clients that I've had have actually been in person, and you shouldn't need to keep coming back. You should need to keep coming back to your tarot reader or your spiritual guide, because if you do, I feel like they're doing something wrong, and or they're leading you astray. But and I'm gonna be real, I know a lot of you guys come to tarot and you're not really ready to change. So the clients that I want to take on are going to be ready to change, are going to be ready for the hard truth, are going to be ready to take accountability for their own actions, are going to be ready to admit their own character defects, are going to be really ready to change their life in a really dramatic way. And so I feel like there might not be a lot of you who are really interested in making the change, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm the type of tarot reader who might trigger you, because I'm going to be very, very, very honest. Very honest, as honest that I can be. And a lot of people really aren't ready for the truth, aren't ready for the change. Tarot on YouTube is very much for entertainment. The general readings are very much for entertainment. And that's all well and good. And you can still get messages or confirmation or wisdom from, the tarot readings that are for entertainment purposes. But doing the real work means sitting with yourself and, admitting your wrongdoings, admitting things, and being ready to receive the honest truth. So, and I don't know if you guys are really ready for that. So, and that's fine. There's plenty of other tarot readers who will tell you what you want to hear. There's plenty of entertaining tarot readers who will tell you all day and all night that your ex is going to come back and that they're going to change. And you can see all of my, hi there, hello. You can see all of my videos that I have done about your past person. And I do those readings because I know that a lot of you guys, that's what you want to see and stuff. But to really make a change means to not watch those videos. Chanley, what is your question, my dear? Let's see what's going on. Now, just keep in mind, as it says in the title, the tarot cards I do charge to pull tarot cards now. I changed my format a little. So I'm basically just going to be giving you advice, anything that comes through my head, any kind of download, or just personal experience advice to hopefully help you. Yes, So, and I'm really come on here because I want to get clients, but I still want to help people who don't have the money for it. So Chanley, I'm going to be very honest with you, and I don't want to offend you, but I don't believe in twin flames. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure I can help you with that because I don't believe in twin flames. But if you want to know, is somebody coming back to you? Is that what you really want to know, if someone's going to come back to you? Because from what I know about the twin flame journeys, I don't believe in them. I think they're really trauma bonds. Yeah, I think they're really trauma bonds. So I'm not really sure I can help you. The only advice that I can really give you is to find your own path. If you really want to attract a relationship that's gonna last, right? Okay, so if you left someone because things weren't working and you weren't happy, then you got to focus on healing. You have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on your healing, and you have to focus on what's for your highest good. Because let's say twin flames were real, right? In the twin flame dynamic, you can't chase someone, and you have to work on yourself. You have to heal your trauma. Any kind of relationship. You said, yes, I am a high priest. Yeah, so well, I think that you already know what to do. I think that you know that you can't chase that person and that you can't go back to that person. And if you want to be with them, you have to set boundaries, and you have to be unavailable to someone if you really want them to chase you. But the whole runner chaser dynamic is actually really very toxic. So you detach from people, and it's really good to love without detachment. But you have to ask yourself if you are doing that from a place of trauma, because there is this lone wolf ideology that can really isolate you, and isolation is really bad for your soul and for your spirit. So it's good to detach from somebody who's not good for you or who you don't feel good around, but it's important that you have connection with people. If you believe in God, if you believe in source, if you believe in a higher power, we're meant to connect with other people for our soul. So, sometimes we say, oh, I detach from anyone. I don't want to be around anyone. And it's coming from a place of trauma, because you've probably been burned by a lot of people before, and now you don't know how to trust people. And now it becomes very difficult for you to connect with people on that level, because you've been hurt, because you've been traumatized, and now you have this independent trauma that you act out of, which is like, I don't need anyone, I don't want anyone, I'm good on my own. We do need people. We need to be able to trust that we can connect with people. You're welcome. Yeah, find your soul tribe, because let me tell you what, when you find those people that really make you feel good, it's going to be so much easier for you to walk away from a relationship that is unfulfilling or that's traumatic or that's not right for you. It's going to be easier for you. Oh, thanks, Chanley. Yeah, 100%. I feel like you're an intuitive person. I think you probably already know what to do. And don't worry about if someone's a twin flame or not. Instead, focus on the facts. Focus on the facts of the situation. Focus on how do I feel when I'm around them. And that's all you need to worry about. Thanks for your energy, dear. Yeah, I know. I miss a lot of, I probably do lose out on a lot of followers because I don't believe in the twin flames. And I know there's a lot of spiritual advisors out there. Yeah, Chanley, I only have Venmo and PayPal. This channel isn't monetized, so I'm not able to have super chats, but I appreciate you. And if you want to do private counseling, you can email me. But either way, yeah, you got to do what's best for yourself and for the community. And a lot of spiritual counselors or advisors on YouTube talk about twin flames, and it really hurts a lot of people who believe in that and they stay in a relationship they should leave because they think they're on a twin flame journey. So that's why I don't really believe in it. Best for your soul. Yeah, it's best for my soul to not do 2 hours of free readings because I got burnt out doing that. I got burnt out doing that, and I know that I owe my following to that, but we're on a different plane now. So, but yeah, I talk all about Carl Jung, because Carl Jung, and I put a video out here about, Carl Jung and why it's so hard to find a relationship now. Well, in all ways, because we have to do the inner healing. We have to do the inner work. People are too much looking for love when they can't even fix. Thank you, Chanley. I think that you put that very well. Yes. The thing about twin flames is that a lot of people fall into limerence, and they romanticize someone because they want to believe that that person's special, and it's a distraction from their own life, from what they have going on. Yeah. Chanley, do you do intuitive readings? Because you seem really in tune with what's going on. Self-care, self-love. Self-care, self-love, and being honest with yourself, being self-aware. That's the one thing that Carl Jung talks about that I think could really help everyone, is being aware of your subconscious. You do a little, Chanley, I think you'd make like a great psychic or a really good like reader or energy reader, because you seem to know what's good. You seem to know what's up. But yeah, the best way to do tarot is for introspection. The best way to do astrology is to have awareness about your character defects that you didn't know about. Because if you really want to have a better relationship with even the person that you're already with, or if you want to attract better relationships, then doing the inner work, fixing yourself, is going to help all of your relationships. You're welcome. Yes, it will help all of your relationships, and it will make you feel better about life. And being self-aware is really important. It's very, very important. You're welcome. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. I didn't imagine that this would be very popular because it's not the free tarot, but I'll chill out for a little while, see where everyone's at in the world. Oh, thanks, dear. Yeah. Hi, Kiki. So I'm not sure if you read the description, but just to let you know, today I'm doing channeled advice, And the tarot does cost money. So I'm only pulling tarot cards for donation, but if you do want a channeled, honest opinion, you can go ahead and put your inquiry in the chat. Yes, an honest truth community. Yes, I can help you in any way possible, but just be ready for the truth because um, I like to be brutally honest. Well, I try not to offend people, but it can offend people because sometimes, as I said before, we're not ready for the truth. How do I fix things between me and my love interest? Well, I'll have to ask more questions first before I can respond to that. But as I was saying before, you have to fix yourself and first acknowledging your part in things going wrong. Okay, so Kiki, you have to ask yourself if you actually you have to be honest with yourself about if this relationship is for you, because the other person has to put in work too. So if this person has left you, I would say you gotta completely pull back. You gotta focus all that energy on yourself, and you gotta heal your attachment wound. We all have to do that. Yeah, because what happens is that we hold on to relationships where there's no compatibility because we're afraid to look at ourselves. And I don't know what's going on in your life or your relationship, but it sounds to me like you could benefit from talking to a therapist or talking to a coach, because if it's not working with this person and they've detached from you, you can't chase them, because if you chase them, they're going to push you away even more. You have to focus on yourself and you have to fix yourself. And what will happen is once you start doing the inner work, being honest with yourself, I wasn't happy in this relationship. That person wasn't really interested in me. That person wasn't mutually invested in me. And once you tell yourself that, you can say, I'm not rejected from this person. I'm not compatible with this person. I misunderstood chemistry and connection. You can have a lot of chemistry with someone. You can think, oh my gosh, we're so attracted. And you build this person up in your mind and you stay there, your twin flame, and you tell yourself all these half truths. And then what happens is that you're not seeing reality. You're not admitting to yourself that I have some trauma, or I have an abandonment wound, or I'm not happy with my life. You know what I mean? Well, Kiki, I don't think it matters right now. I think it doesn't matter if that person wants you. You have to focus on yourself, because if they've already detached, that's a huge red flag that they aren't invested. So if they want you, you'll know. You won't be confused. Don't chase them. I know that you're probably going to still want them, but chances are you probably have an attachment issue, and you might want to go talk to a therapist or a coach about it. Yeah, don't focus on them so much. Ask yourself, ask yourself, would a secure person still want this individual? Well, what happened, Kiki? Did they ghost you? Did they stop responding? Because like I said before, if somebody wants you and they want to be in your life, you're not going to question it. You know, they'll be planning dates with you. They'll be trying to work it out with. I can already tell you right now, if it's on and off, that relationship has a very low chance of succeeding. And I would just end it. I would walk away from it. And I don't want to hurt your feelings, because the on and off relationships rarely work. They rarely turn from unstable to stable. So, and if, the only thing that you can do is say, look, I don't like how things have been inconsistent. You can give them a chance to be consistent, but it doesn't sound like they're that as interested as maybe you want them to be. Because let me tell you that, like I said before, somebody who wants to be with you doesn't just leave. It could be that this person doesn't know how to be consistent. It could be that they don't have the skills to be consistent. It could be that they don't even want what you want. Maybe they don't want marriage. You know what I mean? And the best advice that I can give you is to find somebody who's consistent, and to focus on why you're allowing this person to keep coming back in your life. Why do you keep allowing them? Why do you keep allowing them? If you let them in and nothing changes, it's on you now. You have to now look at your behavior. And I've done this before. I have been that person to let someone come back in my life, and that person doesn't respect me because they're not consistent. And I have an attachment wound, and I have some abandonment wounds, and that's the only reason why I let those relationships go on. But, Kiki, if you want like a marriage or a consistent long-term relationship, then you have to cut out these in and out relationships, because if you believe in God, if you believe in, the universe and divine timing, the universe is going to keep testing you with these relationships that go nowhere until you finally shut the door and you finally do the inner work that you can, say no to those kind of relationships because you're ready for something better. You've healed that part of yourself that needs validation from another person. And now you're empowered and you're not afraid to be alone, because you know that you would rather be alone than settle for a relationship that doesn't go anywhere. So that's the best advice that I can give you. I'm just saying that on and off relationships, there's usually one person in that who doesn't want to commit, and they probably never will. Because if somebody seriously wants to commit, and I'm going to keep saying it to you, you'll know that they want to commit because they'll be consistent with you and they'll try really hard to work it out, or they'll make the changes that they need. Sometimes the only way to get these people to commit is to just say, no, I'm done with this and I want commitment, and then they change. But it sounds like you've given this person chances and that they don't want to change. So you have to change yourself. You have to focus on yourself. You have to close the door on relationships that go nowhere, so that you can attract relationships that do go somewhere. And I recommend getting a dating coach, getting a therapist. I'm available for work as well, but I don't have any like certifications in therapy or anything like that. I just know what these relationships are like nowadays. It's really, really hard to get a monogamous relationship nowadays because there is so much access to people on the internet that you don't have to settle. You can go on your phone and you can meet someone, or you can be non-monogamous, or you can be polyamorous. So yeah, it's hard. So Kiki, I think your best bet is to walk away from this relationship and to set a hard boundary with them, and do the inner work that you need. I hope that helps, dear. Yeah, dating has changed. It's a whole casual lifestyle now, and you're competing with people's attention. People are more interested in their cell phone or their Instagram than they are in talking to you or in having a relationship. So it's challenging, and you just have to not waste your time on dead-end relationships. Know when to leave, know when to set a boundary, because the longer that you stay in a relationship that isn't working, the more time that you're wasted, and the longer it's going to take for you to get to the relationship that you're meant to be, because you're getting all the signs, you're getting all the synchronicities, but you're not ready to accept the truth. You don't want to leave it. You want to control it. We want to control the narrative. We can't control someone's behavior. And I know there's a lot of people on YouTube or on Instagram who will say, I can bring your ex back and I can do a spell for you. And it is so, so toxic to think that way, because you can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to stay. You can't control someone, nor should we want to do that. It feels really good when somebody is interested in you and they want you without you having to do all these extra weird things, manifestations, or anything like that. We want something that's natural, that's easy, you know. Well, when I say easy, no relationships are really easy. They're hard. They're all about compromise, and they're all about taking accountability, and they're all about, you know, having mutual respect and having boundaries. Relationships are hard. Relationships are very hard. I'll probably only be on it for a few more minutes. So if you're out there and you want a channeled advice, let me know. Okay, yeah, so, and dating apps, I feel like I'm gonna make a prediction just because I feel like people are very tired of swiping and people are very tired of dating apps, especially because we have AI now and people can create a profile on dating apps that's completely AI. So it's kind of taking things to the next level. And no, that's hard. You know, I think dating apps are probably going to go out of the way. And if you really, you know, if you really are out there trying to meet new people, gotta go out. You gotta go out. You gotta meet new people. You gotta make friends as well, because, you know, the more people that you know, the more chances that you have of making connections with other people, different pools of people, different spheres of people, and just really going out and enjoying your life and kind of like being playful with it, because I feel like people can be really intense, like, I want this person now, and you're not enjoying yourself, you're not enjoying dating, you're not enjoying going out. Like, for example, I went out last night. I went to it was a board game night, and I had a really good time, and I didn't worry about, am I going to meet my next boyfriend? Am I going to, you know, meet someone now? I didn't think about that. I just went out there to have fun and to meet people, and that energy is very attractive. That energy is very attractive. It's very confident. It's very playful. You got to be more playful. You have to be flirty. You have to have fun with it. People are attracted to that. They want to be around that, you know. It's like being the most interesting person in the room, and everybody wants to be around you. But also, you're just enjoying yourself. And I just think that it's kind of lost on the culture today, that everyone is fatigued. They have swiping fatigued. You know, they're just ending up in these situations, and they're just feeling like they're getting burnt out. So yeah, bring some vibrancy to your life, have some fun again, go out there and just enjoy life. And you're probably going to meet someone like that when you do that, because, you know, like attracts like. So, and you know, we say it all the time in like manifestation, law of attraction, manifestation. They always say that if there's a certain type of person that you want to attract into your life, you have to do what you can to become that person. Like, say for example, you want to date somebody who's successful and who's fit, but you're not successful and you're not fit. So you have to become that. You have to become what you want to attract. Like attracts like. I say that all the time. If you want to attract somebody who is confident, you know, and has fun in life, then you got to be confident and you got to have fun. Yeah. And it's difficult. It's difficult. I think people get in their heads. They think, oh, well, I can't chase someone. Then that means that I can't show someone interest. Well, showing someone interest and chasing someone are two different wavelengths, two different things. You can be very, very interested in someone and let them know that you like them or ask them out and not chase them. So it's important to know the difference between those two things. Okay, guys, I'm probably going to get on out of here, but I am available for private readings and or video conferencing or anything like that. All you have to do is put your email in the comments, or let me know in the comments, and we work out the details. Okay, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I'll see y'all later. Happy Sunday. Bye.